No, te amo. Brazil's crazy. I don't think there's nicer people in the entire world than there are in Brazil. And the first time I went, we went to like 7 Brazilian steakhouses. We were like, what Brazilian steakhouse should we go to? And they were like, go to Fogo de Chao. And we were like, we have one of those in America. I don't want to do that. Every time I go there, it's really nice to explore the city, see the people. I plan to come back to Brazil. I actually plan to do a tour in South America, and I'm definitely going to come to Brazil. I feel like I always change my hair every like few months because one, it's the manic side of me, and the other side is like the creative side that I just like. I think it's something that I have control over, so it's nice to change it up. For this video, when I finished my album, I really wanted to showcase that I'm in a new lane for myself. You know, I've gone through a lot, and I think that visually, like shaving my head, especially in my first music video, was a great representation of like letting go of everything that has happened over the years, you know, and moving forward. And then dyeing it pink was just because my girlfriend wanted me to. So honestly, if I could have colored hair forever, I would. It's just like it's already coming out, so it's really hard to keep the color in the hair. Honestly, it's so funny. I've been kind of excited to talk about this because I think it's the most just human I've been in a long time, where I just thought I was so convinced that I was supposed to be this person. I really was like, oh, I need to be a pop star and all this shit, and I had just gotten out of like a treatment facility, so it just shows like you can be convinced of something, you know, and you can still be wrong. I actually went to Brazil for the F1 performance, and in Brazil I realized I was like, oh, I totally fucked up, you know. I totally made a mistake just because of the love that the fans and the people of Brazil gave me, and it felt like they knew me better than I knew myself, you know. And every time I've gone to South America, it's just been like a spiritual experience. And so I'm very grateful to Brazil and just everybody that has reminded me of like the world that I've created, you know. And I didn't want to leave that behind or abandon it just because I was feeling a bit of an identity crisis, you know what I mean? So it was really just like a human moment. It was funny, and I look back and I think it's gonna be like a funny story and a testament to like, we don't know everything, you know. I think that a lot of people try to act like they know everything and try to act like they know exactly who they are. That's just not who I am. I'm just human, you know, and I made like a human decision. And so I don't think I'll ever change my name again, but if I ever do, don't be surprised. Yeah, I mean, Cooper was and is my muse, you know, for music. And there's a lot of people that I take inspiration from, but he was definitely the most important in my life. And I think that after he passed away, seeing how much he impacted people around the world, you know, even especially in Brazil, like I can't even describe the feeling I get when people come up to me and they talk about Cooper and they give me gifts that they made about Cooper. And I don't know, it just feels like it's keeping his name alive. So knowing that he impacted others like that is just a great example of how he impacted me, you know, because like, all these people thousands of miles away and they still feel connected to him. And so that just shows his heart and his soul. And I hope to just kind of like put that in my music, you know. I think that there's a lot of music out in the world right now, but not a lot of music made for people to heal and to like work through stuff. So that's really where I'm at, and that's why I make music. There's no features, it's all me. There's 17 songs. I'd say that my first album was incredibly like down the middle, pure pop punk, you know. This album is like the entire world of rock, right? So I have like UK garage rock, I have like indie rock, I have, you know, like acoustic songs on the album. I have like 2 pure pop punk ones because I couldn't not make a scene song. I needed to do that for my fans, but I really like am searching all over the range of rock music, and honestly, this album's better than my first album, so I'm very, very excited about it. I'm excited for people to hear it. I have 2. I have 2. I have 3. Drugs, Just Let Go, and Stray. Obviously, you don't know what those are right now, but you will in the future, and you'll understand why. But those are definitely my favorite songs. It's about a lot of different things. I'd say like a handful of songs I made like 2-3 years ago, you know, they're really old. And then the other half of the album is music that I made in 2023, of like December 2023, you know, and I made it in like a month. So really just a bunch of stories and feelings that I've had over the years. And it's setting me up for my next album. And it's also setting me up for another tour, and it's setting me up just really to connect with people. You know, whatever this album is, I don't care if people like it or not. I just hope that they feel something when they listen to it, you know? I was actually supposed to put that song out like 2 years ago, and then Cooper passed away, and so this is kind of nice for me to bring that back. And I have a couple special things that I did years ago that I'm bringing back for the song. So I'm super excited about that. Brazil's crazy. I don't know. First time I went was pretty bizarre just because it was my first time in South America, and it was the last place that we went in South America, and so I feel like it was a great way to end off the trip. This time that I went, it was the only place that I was at in South America. So honestly, I think that there's like around the world, people have this idea of like South America, you know, they think they know. But when I showed up, I was just completely blown away. Like, I don't think there's nicer people in the entire world than there are in Brazil and South America as a whole. Just so loving, so kind. You know, it's not a show. It's very genuine. You know, you can tell that they genuinely care about me and whoever else, you know, they're there for. So I plan to come back to Brazil. I actually plan to do a tour in South America, and I'm definitely going to come to Brazil, and I think it's going to be great. The first time I went, we went to like 7 Brazilian steakhouses. It was hilarious. It was really funny when we asked. We were like, what's that? Oh yeah. We were like, what Brazilian steakhouse should we go to? And they were like, go to Fogo de Chao. And we were like, we have one of those in America. I don't want to do that. So that was really funny. But yeah, I got to drive around this last time. We went to the F1 race and stuff, so that was really bizarre. Just cool. Every time I go there, it's really nice to explore the city, see the people. I always hit Jaden El Te Amo. Jaden El Te Amo. And then let's see. Wait, what do y'all say for thank you? Obrigado. Yeah. I feel like when I'm there, I do this thing when I'm in certain countries, I like put on the accent that they have. I don't know, kind of fucking funny, but it's good. I have a lot of shitty ones, but once you get enough shitty ones, they all kind of look good together, you know? So I don't know, my favorite one, it's really hard. I'd say at this point, the 28 on my arm is super important. You know, it's just cool that me and Cooper had that together. But other than that, I have this one, I'll show you on here at least. I have this one right here. It's right next to a tattoo that me and Cooper had. And it says, I will change the world. And I tatted that on myself. Can't even remember how long. And recently I've been looking at it, and I just think that that's where my heart's at right now. You know, that's really what I want to do. I want to change the world and hopefully change it for the better. So that's it. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that regret is a part of the process, you know. I regret some, but I'm still going to keep getting more. So I guess that's just how it works. Quentin, he's my roommate. That's my boy, that's my brother. I still talk to Bryce every now and then. I've seen like Noah and Griffin, you know. I think ultimately that we'll all end up talking. We'll all have some good times together in the future, you know. I think collaborations are so cool. I want to collaborate with people that do completely different music than I do, you know? Different genres. I think it's really cool when you kind of mix and bend genres. I love Jelly Roll. I think he's fucking amazing. I think he's just a great dude, you know? I want to collaborate with good people, not just good artists, you know? So definitely Jelly Roll. Female, I don't know. My girlfriend loves Tate McRae, so yeah, I think that'd be great. She's awesome. So yeah, both of those really cool. No, I do want to collaborate with not just a Brazilian artist, but a South American artist in general, just a Latin American artist. I think that Latin music is just worldwide, you know, and I've seen how much people love it. So, but you got to put me on to some Brazilian artists. Oh yeah, I know Anita. Yeah. I'm being stupid. Brazil. Yeah. There's probably a lot of artists that are from Brazil that I'm just being a little ignorant about. I did a show in New York, and she's awesome, by the way. She's actually a fan that's kind of stuck with me over the years. Her and her mom. But I was in a show in New York, and I was running out. It was a really small show, but there were so many people there. I had just done like a club run in LA, Chicago, and I was in New York finishing it off. It was actually right before I'm in Mexico right now, right before I did Corona Capital. And we were at Baby's All Right, and I ran outside to my car, and there was kind of like a mob of people. And I don't get chased a lot, but when I do, it's pretty, it's just a crazy feeling. And so I ran into the car, and my tour manager at the time, he's no longer my tour manager, was like rushing me in, and he slammed the door shut on one of my fans' hands. And it broke her hand. And her hand was in the car, like stuck like this. And he slammed it on her hand, and it like broke her hand, but she just looked at us and she just goes, ow, and like didn't do anything else. And I don't know, that was just, I probably explained that in such a bad way, but it was a really crazy moment. I don't know, she was a trooper. And then she came back to my show in the future, probably about a year later, and her mom told the story, and I was just like, it's crazy that you came back to my show after my tour manager broke your hand, you know? That's pretty fucked up. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. Shout out her. Thank you so much for everything you do for me, emotionally, physically. Every time I've been there, you've been so sweet and so kind. I don't think that there's many places that have changed my life like Brazil has. And when I'm at a really low place, which happens, I think about my fans in Brazil. Like, I genuinely do, and I hope they understand that, because y'all showed me such a genuine kindness every time I've been in your country, and even online, you know, I can tell how supportive you are. And so I wish that I could spend some time with each and every one of you, but for now, this is the best I can do, so thank you, and I love you so much.